get a news update, my brother Tunto Spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia Tunto Spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto Spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. If you eat keep on gradually, my brother Tunto Spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. You wanna get a news update, Tunto Spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today? Spoon TV. Yes, what you about today? Beseku. Spoon TV. Spoon. Ba. Skibidi dabado. Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment. Kua. Beseku kudileo. Kudileo. Tunto Spoon. Yes, what you information. Tunto Spoon. Yes, what you Batileo. Spoon television. Yes, what you Batileo. Spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
Tunto Spoon to get your information. Tunto Spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just Tunto Spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just Tunto Spoon. You want to get a news
Maybe you are
update,
sleeping somewhere. Aladan, you remember our rebel. You remember our rebel.
You
But
want
let
to
me
know
tell you
what
this.
is happening in Moravia, Tunto Spoon.
It will not stop.
Politicians want to
For
make
me,
their
any name you
decision,
want to call me,
just
I should
Tunto
go to
Spoon.
one name for. By the way, George, you calling all three Hebrew brothers. What did you know is that the three Hebrew brothers went into the lion's den and God locked the jaw.
I said, what? Hebrew brother in our day. I thought I know in our day. Hebrew brother in our day. I thought a Hebrew brother they put in the fire. They in our day. I thought I know in our day. So they want to stop people that they confuse. That means I'm the three Hebrew brother. I in the lion's den. Hebrew brother in our day.
Maybe you are sleeping somewhere.
Tunto Spoon. You want to get a news update, Tunto Spoon.
It is, and we have to do it. I know that no session out there, nobody going to have any program here today. Nothing will happen here today. Why are you insisting so? Because
This building is not a normal. We are abnormal. This building is in legislative wall.
Will that be a session today?
So those lawmakers from the end of the speaker block are now moving through the John Chambers, saying that those so keep following this. Keep following. The speaker block now moving in the John Chambers, saying that so we are marching to the John Chambers.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa.
They are using pepper spray. They are using tear gas in the John Chamber. They are breaking the place. They are hearing the group of men. Pepper spray is being used.
Politicians want to make their decision.
So one session is going on, you have group of men making their way to intrude into this session, but these are security officers.
If somebody is great, about to be fool. When somebody is about to lose his or her respect, that person becomes proud. Bible tells us pride comes before destruction. Many people today that have fallen fell because of pride. Satan fell because of pride.
So the pepper spray is suffocating the lawmakers. Pepper spray was used here. So the pepper spray is suffocating
And your boy Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
So this is around bidding can number 3. We are in a bridge, standing up, where the train carrying iron ore from Zolowi, belonging to ArcelorMittal, is transporting the iron ore. As you can see, the train is loaded with iron ore. As you can see, the raw iron ore in the train. This has been transported to Buchanan, Grambassa. This one is very muddy. So it's a very long bucket. As you can see at the front there, that's how far he has gone. This is the train belonging to ArcelorMittal, transporting raw iron ore to Buchanan. And as you may be aware, this company signed an agreement with the government of Liberia for a period of 25 years, and they've been asking for extension of the contract. My name is Rele Gwambe from Voice of Gompa, the Gompa Communications Network. And as you can see, far ahead of us there, that's how far, this is how long this train is. Some can be very watery. The last one is coming.
It is, and we have to do it. I know that no session.
Okay, folks, we'd like to welcome you again tonight to another edition of the program, The Late Night Show, The Late Night Politics on Spoon. Thanks to all of you for joining us on... All right, so sorry about that. Thanks to everyone for joining us tonight on another edition of the program. Many thanks to our folks across Radio Land joining us tonight on Spoon FM 107.5, on Fabric Radio 101.1. Thanks to our affiliate radio stations that are also carrying the program, relaying the program tonight across the country. Many thanks to our online audience, the many of you who have joined us across the internet tonight. As we are coming to you live on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, Super TV. We are also live tonight on Spoon Talk Live, our YouTube handle. And I want to welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let's hope we can have a great show. Kindly share the program as you come on. I see so many of you here. Freeman, Eric Miguel, Mr. Miguel, thanks for coming on tonight. Vazo Zwana Jr. I see Joseph Colley is here as well. Adama Bendu, Sharif have joined us. Thanks for coming on. Tapet Tobe is here tonight. I see Nathaniel K. Hill. Thanks for joining us tonight, Nathaniel. I appreciate you. Laha M. Blaman has joined us as well. Thanks to everyone for coming on tonight. And again, please share the program as you come on. Kindly share the show across your different social media handles. Let's have a great conversation. We come here to talk Liberia. We come here to highlight the issues of concerns to make sure that we provide you the opportunity to speak on those different issues of concerns. We bring you objective analysis from a diverse panel here every night. And yes, we get the national discourse going on. We all need to be involved. If Liberia must do better, it takes collaborative effort. And we all need to be intentional about the change we want to see in our country. Here, the young people get to add their voices to the national discourse. And I want to welcome everyone tonight. And again, keep sharing the program as you come on. Let me bring our brother Moba. Moba Zoka is here tonight. He's joining us from a different background. And, you know, his backgrounds
I
are
always change.
very much unpredictable. You never
I
know
know,
where
man.
Moba is going to join you from. You know, but it's good to have you on tonight. How are you?
Well, Nestle, I'm good. I'm just a little bit, devastated and also worried about my country so dearly to the extent that I think we're not making no progress at all. But as the show go on, we will lament on those issues and give some analysis on it. Thank you for having me, and thank you to our
You
audience.
know, somebody say when Liberian men, two things. Liberian men say when Liberian men start speaking BB book, just know that something is unusual about the atmosphere. The next thing is a Liberian man tell you say with all due respect, just know that the one
Jana,
that
come and pause you, eh?
that disrespect.
I know, man.
When they say with all due respect, sir,
Respect.
just know the other one are coming. No, that disrespect. And
Yeah,
sometimes it's like
correct.
I don't like to say this. I hate to say this, but you know
No,
the
run
thing the
away.
man say he ain't like to say that what he about to say. But
No.
it's a good thing that we're here tonight, and let's hope we can talk Liberia. Let's hope we can get the national conversation going. Liberia is all we have. The interest of our country stands above all. And when we come here, we come with passion to discuss the issues that borders on the fourth march of our country. We're very intentional about it. Everyone wants to see Liberia do better, but we have different views with respect to how we think this is going to happen. And that's why folks will come on and they will have different political views. They will have different views when it comes to the different issues happening in the country. But yes, we we want to see our country do better, and that's why we come here. So again, I want to welcome you, Moba. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank
Um,
you.
a lot has been happening across the country, and like the like the clock on the wall, it waits for no man. Time is moving so fast. Before you know it, you've gone over an hour just even without noticing it. And that's how it is. We wake up every day to new happiness. And some of those events, those occurrences will get us surprised. Uh, some do not come as any surprise because we say history has a way of repeating itself. Yes, but just today, a lot has been happening. So much has been happening across the country.
Let me wear my camera on.
Yeah, so you can, yeah, just off your webcam and you can do that. So much have been happening across the country. We woke up to suspension. Suspension from someone said today seemed to be National Suspension Day. I don't know. It's not official, but lots of suspensions today. Um, the LIS, the Liberian Immigration Service, happens to be one of those institutions, headed by the former Lofa County Senator Steve Zago. Um, he was being suspended today for 3 months, and for administrative reasons. He's being suspended from duty without pay for a period of 3 months, and he's required to turn over all official assets, materials, or assets of the government in his possession. And his immediate deputy is now being asked to act. Why he's being suspended. So this is one of the news that we woke up to this morning, Moba. Suspension. Also at the Ministry of State, some of the folks were suspended as well for their link or involvement with payroll paddling. And you know that when the CSA started the entire situation, uh, when the CSA started the entire situation, there was reports about the payroll being um, increased, names, ghost names on the payroll from the previous administration. And that has been a long one coming. Ministry of State was one of those places where it was alleged that the payroll was increased under the leadership of now Senator Mike Gill. At the time, he was the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. He's now Senator of Lofa County. He was being invited by the LACC. Investigation, we understand, is still ongoing surrounding that. What actually transpired. But yes, why this is happening, the suspension coming from there, and it's very important that we get to talk about this. Uh, Liberia won Togo 1-0 today at the 87th minute at the Samuel Kanyado Sports Complex. That's something very important as well. The stadium was partly empty because it's like, people go into the field every
Probably
time.
that's why Liberia won that game because they still
Yeah,
empty.
it's like, look, maybe our national team not let crowd. When this is interesting. People go on the field with that expectation, you know, to get the win. We're going for the win. We're gonna get it. You have high hope, and then once you get on the field, you get to realize that Liberia lost the game. And everybody coming outside their face sour. Everybody faces looking sour. But today it was the other way around. Lone Star won her game.
But still, they can qualify. That's the point. That's it.
Yeah,
You know.
and that's the other side of it. But yes, it's a victory that I see a lot of people celebrating as well. And in the midst of this, Liberians are expected um, to see another episode of Capitol Hill tomorrow. What's going to happen? The majority bloc have continued to to do business. So what the guys did is, since in fact there has been this call for due process for the speaker, they did set up a committee. The majority bloc set up a committee to give the speaker due process. And as we go on, I am going to list the individuals or read the names of those people who have been appointed to serve on that particular committee to give the speaker a due process in the midst of all the counts that his colleagues have brought against him, all the issues they are raising in connection with his leadership at the House of Representatives. They say they don't want him, but they're setting up a team to give him due process, to more like investigate the speaker. And this team, Moba, it's a bit confusing. It's interesting all at the same time. It's something that a lot of Liberians want to really look into. The majority of black says they cannot work with the speaker. Francis, welcome to the show. Mr. Javate, it's good to see you after a while. Baby J give you a free pass today to come on. You know, after beating on the speaker, you said no, we don't want his leadership. We're gonna have our session in a separate chambers. But now you're setting up a committee to give him due process. The speaker said no, y'all can't honor my gavel, and y'all can't raise that issue. They said no, we can't that, but we'll set up our committee. They started business. They started doing business with the executive, and most of you are aware. On Tuesday, 3 officials of the executive branch appeared there. So Liberians are looking forward to seeing what happens come tomorrow. But yes, the majority black have set up a committee to give the speaker a due process. I'll read the names here tonight. But one important thing that happened today also is that the U.S. government and the Liberian government signed a U.S. 114 million grant for development purpose. The finance minister, Minister Augustine Kwehe Gafuan, was at that event today, and according to him, this is going to strengthen the Liberian U.S. bilateral relations. The U.S. ambassador was there as well, and so this is part of the development agenda of the U.S. government. That's the U.S. agency. That's the U.S. government. But they have this agency, the usage through which they channel all of their development, programs for some reasons. Yeah, but it's going to go towards a whole lot. And the finance minister have assured Liberians that the U.S.-Liberian relation is on a very good footing. Well, there's some tension, or maybe I should say disagreement, with between the Ministry of Transport and the Liberian National Police. There's a little bit of shaking there. Most of you are aware that the Ministry of Transport announced some inspection, that they will start vehicle inspection and stuff like that across the country, nationwide inspection. But there are reports that the Liberian National Police and the Ministry of Transport are going head to head with respect to this whole vehicle inspection. The LNP says it's not aware. The Ministry of Transport has started the inspection. Usually it's a kind of a joint inspection, because the police is the one out there on a regular basis, whether national inspection or whatever, making sure that they inspect vehicles, they have the expertise, they have the people trained to do that, the police have arresting powers and all of that. So yes, in any case, the police will have to be a part of this particular thing if it must work. The Ministry of Transport on the other end is concerned about the revenue generation aspect and stuff like that. And for the past 2 days, this thing has been going on. It's been very weak. It's been very weak. The last inspection that was held in less than a month, the transport minister said he was able to generate over 3 million in revenue for the government of Liberia. But what's happening this time around? There seemed to be some issue there. Of course, the Ministry of Transport is not, getting that kind of coordination it should get. The Liberian National Fire Service is involved with this process as well, and this is something that's been going on, and of course we're gonna talk a little on that as well. But let's get the show started. Let me give it over to you guys, and we can officially start the show.
Opening, or we're starting right away?
No, you're opening. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start with you, Moba.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Friends, a long time, brother. How you doing? How the family? Great. And thank you to our many listeners around the world in Liberia as well. Look, Nelson has I read the the United States Agency for International Development to signing up amendment to the to the government to like say 14 to 15 to development objective grant agreement. I saw it, but next thing my main in our whole stuff is that if the government will be able to implement half of the grant that will be given to them by the US by the US USA.
Let me just speak to that quickly.
Yeah.
Most of those grants and everything coming from the US is a bit different from what you have coming from other countries. And this at some point became a concern to some people, but again, this is where we are. The US government does not give the money, to the Liberian government like that. No. Not even in
they go to organization to do the work, right?
Yeah, so mobile, let me come in now. So it is the USAID that implements all of those projects. So if you have, for example, that the Liberian government is giving 114 million, the US government is giving 114 million, they're not giving it to the government of Liberia. They're giving it to USAID. USAID then implement those different projects on behalf of the government.
Okay, let me come in because next thing we all can remember summer 12 when the US ambassador went to the countries and the same US the USA, the money they get, they were giving for project and other thing. When the ambassador went, there was nothing, and he made that in one of his reports. And we already that's why coming up with this identical saying about the government if they will implement those projects. But in so we commend the American government for giving that amount of money. At least as show, we pray the God should be used for the internal purpose so Liberian can benefit. But let me go to the main issue on my opening there. Look, I think our entire security sector is not incoherent. Like they're not together. Somebody say they want, somebody say they want, somebody say they want, somebody say they want. So end of the day, you will find, and in other countries, although every security head get our branches and get our head, they discuss. But when it comes to national and some issues, our leaders should have come together, say something and be in one accord for the betterment and the security of our nation. But there's a lot of things going on, and we will not sit there and say, oh, we're not talking about these things. We talk about it because end of the day, in the Gulf of anything affect Liberia, it affect us out here because we got family, we got friends, we got brothers in Liberia, and we try our best. If we have, we help, and we invest. So our investment also in Liberia. So we're not coming and see things going on the contrary, and then we keep quiet, right? And the whole police something. I think the transport minister so get information to the RG so the RG can able to put people on the street to help facilitate fund when it comes to the registration, insurance, other things for the country. But that's what I'm saying. No coherence between them. People that do things they want to do. At the end of the day, they will fall back and they say, "Oh, the government is not." Somebody the security apparatus is not working.
The queries you're talking about is very important. For the success of any administration, it's very important for the different entities to work hand in hand.
Well, especially the security.
But thanks a lot, Mobile. I want to hold you there because we have a whole show to run tonight. Francis, please do your opening. I see our brother Chris. Okay, let's bring Chris on. He came on the other night as one of our guest panelists. Let's see if we can bring it on. But go ahead, Francis. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning to our folks in Liberia.
Chris, you want to wipe your camera, just wipe your camera and make sure that if you can rotate the phone, turn it the other way around. So so as to get a better screen and stuff like that. You can wipe the camera and stuff like that. But go ahead, Francis.
Yeah, it's good to be back. My brother Freeman, I ain't run away with, man. Sometimes some things can just hold you. So
and let me say this. Let me say this. Freeman is not a man. Freeman is a female.
Freeman is a female. My sister Freeman, wherever you are, but I hear. I ain't run away. But anyway,
Anthony, welcome.
Yeah,
What's
but
up, gentlemen? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Even though I don't be on the show, but
I'm
I still
fired
be
up.
Anthony, chill, my man. You can't
The man guy spoke to me. I'm speaking back. Then he come in. Whatever it is.
The man come fire.
That kid, the
Two
next
days to
ask me what
speak.
time. I say what is that? Then he come and get power.
No,
And
but
Wait,
for instance, you
speak.
shouldn't disrupt the show because the statement from Mr. Cummings you are trying to highlight it did not hold, and since you cut your webcam off, that was the end.
You better give the man time to talk. Let me talk during
No,
intro.
let's have the guy to hold on a bit. You do your opening.
As Uncle Me will get 0.5% away. But anyway, but yeah, so it's good to be back. On a serious note, I don't be on the show most of the time, but I'll be watching from the back, and it's just sad to see what's going on in our country. Liberia is a special place. That's a special place because the things that happen, especially what happened with the lawless maker and stuff, or the dishonorable men and women. That they like to say, oh, whatever we do in the pursuit or in our function, we can't be held liable for that. But federalizing the People's Capitol building, you work there, the people own that building, the Liberian people own that building. The people that were kicking doors, trying to break things down, they should be arrested. They should be investigated. They should be charged, whatever the case may be. You don't have a right. I heard people trying to say, oh, that's Liberian general. No, that's not Liberian general. Because general in the U.S., it was citizens fired up by government official, whatever that went over there. But this one, that the people that are working over there, that's what be making laws to stop people from doing what they did. They were the ones doing that stuff. They're not protected. They are not protected because it's not part of their job to break those down. It's not part of their job to vandalize the capital. So, my Liberian people, there are few countries in this world that have dissolved their entire legislature because of incompetence. And if any country is deserving of the entire legislature being dissolved and re-election hosted, Liberia is number 1 on that list.
But for instance, I understand this is your opening you're doing, but this whole debate, this whole conversation about dissolving legislature, is it going to bring about a change that Liberia wants as a country? Is it going to build the road? Is it going to make sure that we have good healthcare facilities across the country? Is the legislature the problem? Dissolving the legislature, is it the solution to the complex problems that Liberia as a country is faced with?
No, Nelson, that's a good question. And the easy answer to that is, I would say no, even though we beat on the legislature here, but I'm just speaking of this because of the actions yesterday. But what I keep saying, the country, the people in Liberia should shut down that country. And nothing should go on.
How should they have
just like the otherwise did?
The country.
CDCO, United Party, ANC, every Liberian, because you are being affected. Every Liberian should band together and shut down that country and get the attention of the international community. That's the only way and they should have that.
Why do you think this should happen? I know this is your opening, you have just a few more seconds. Why do you think this is important? Why do you think it should happen?
Because Nelson, this is what happened in Liberia from before we were born till now. Liberian people forget quick. Just watch. Tomorrow, Sunday in the news will make people forget about the lawmaker then kicking down doors. But all the things that are happening right now is because there is no system, and also the way things are set up, it makes it so easy for government officials to be corrupt and to not do what is right. Simple example, the money that they're giving to these lawless maker them to call legislative agenda or activities or whatever they call the case maybe for that district or county. Why can't that money go to the county superintendent? But then I answer my own question. The fact that the president is appointing all the superintendents, if nothing is done with that money, who will hold them accountable? You see? So the problem here is the people don't have the power. In the US, quick example, the people vote for the governor of the state. In Liberia, the governor of the state in New Jersey is the equivalent of the superintendent of Bond County. If the people elect the superintendent of Bond County, President Barker cannot do nothing to that person. So you know what? That person will tell the truth. If no funding is going to Bond County for the people of Bond County, so President Barker will not win Bond County in the next election. But when he appoints his own city mayors, his own superintendent, even if they don't do anything for any of the other counties then, those people got jobs are guaranteed for 6 years, so long they keep their mouth shut. They will not seek the interest of the Liberian people. But if they are elected by the Liberian people, and they're not doing their job right, they know the president cannot keep them in power next election.
Let me
will change until we start to elect this. I'll keep saying it. You can put the best president in power, so that they appoint everybody, so that they can empower and remove competent people. Where the mayor of Banga is competent, but because you are coming power today, I should just take him for that because I want to get job to somebody else.
Thank you, Francis. I want to hold you there, and let's take Anthony to do his opening. Anthony, go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
That was quite a long opening. I wish I could at the same time. Hey, but guys, good evening to every one of you, all the panelists, Francis, Moba, Chris, Nelson. Look, to our listeners and audience and followers, I want to say thank you for joining us again, for making that ultimate sacrifice and listen to us once more. I'm fired up today, and I'm strictly going to be about the leadership of Liberia, the presidency. Nelson, we are in deep trouble, and I'm glad I was one of those who opposed JMB during the campaign, because I knew then, and I know now, that there was no new idea, no fresh idea, nothing new will come out of this man. What he knew how to do then, that he did for the government, that's what he knows how to do, and that's what he's doing now. So I don't know why people have high expectation. The 40 years or 42 years, whatever length of time, over 4 decades, guess what? All he knows how to do is what he's doing. Nothing else he knows how to do. The best of JMB is what you're seeing. There's nothing else he can give Liberia. And that is the reason why we are what we are. And that is the reason why from day one, from the inauguration up to
Anthony, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
2017 and 2023. Which of the years was the best of Mr. Cummings?
The best of Mr. Cummings is now.
No, I mean 2017.
The best of Mr.
2023
is not. Look, Nelson, are you a United Party partisan?
No, I mean, I'm asking
the
a
audience
question.
To know today which side you are you a journalist? Or you no, because what Cummings? I didn't mention Cummings. Cummings is not the president of Liberia today.
Come on.
No, let's be frank. Cummings is not the president of Liberia today. Are you a United Party partisan? Are you here to be a defender of JMB? Just let me know so we can have the conversation.
Let's do this.
I want to know what you are so we can have the conversation.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah. So where do you stand?
So I support no political party.
Okay, so say you do
not support no political party. Anthony
current president of the Republic of Liberia
on the show
is Joseph Yuma Bwaka, isn't it?
No, come here, Anthony. Anthony on the show is the ANC guy. Look, if there's anything about ANC, we need clarity, we need analysis around, and we need to know anything about ANC. There's no other person on the set we can get that information from than Anthony. Maybe Chris is an ANC guy, because I know 2 other ANC guys reach out and they want to join. Maybe Chris is another.
And
ANC
I don't have problem if you want to know about ANC, but in this particular case, that's not the case now. The case right now, we have a president who is displaying gross ineptitude. A gross ineptitude. That's what he's displaying.
Okay.
The president is not acting as a commander-in-chief, the father of the nation. There is a crisis at the lower house of the chamber. He has already taken a side. Constitutionally, we have a sitting speaker who are yet to be removed from the office. If the executive branch should communicate with the legislative branch, they communicate through the speaker. The speaker is the head of the legislative branch, just like the president is the head of the executive branch. The speaker will not communicate to the president through the the finance minister. He will not do that. He will direct his message to the president either using the office of the what's the name, the Minister of Presidential Affairs, or the press secretary, but the letter will be addressed to the president. You understand? If the president can go and send a letter to the chief clerk,
Anthony,
who is
you,
not even
you
a
are
higher
going
ranking
to
member of the
you are
House of
going to take Anthony, let's do this.
that's a problem.
Yeah, let's do this. You need to take your 30 seconds and conclude.
No problem.
And conclude with your opening, because we have to get into the show. Chris needs to do his opening. But again, while you're doing your opening, while you're concluding, I will ask you this question again.
Go ahead.
And I want you to please include the answer in your opening.
Okay.
2017 and 2023. Which of those 2 years was the best of Mr. Cummings? And then you can just wrap up everything, and we get Chris to do his opening.
We saw a Cummings who put out a statement as a leader. We saw a Cummings who addressed the nation and reassured the nation that we ought to respect the supreme law of the land, which is the Constitution. We saw a leader that Liberia is lacking. The leadership that Liberia is lacking in the executive mansion right now, Cummings exhibited that recently within a statement that we should do nothing else but to follow the rule of law. Not by politics, but by the written rules and law on the book. That's the leadership that Liberia currently lacks.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Anthony, for your opening. We're gonna have a great show tonight. This is a question that a lot of people have been wanting me to ask Anthony. And then Anthony, well, anyway, Chris, do your opening, so we'll get into the show.
I just told you, that's the leadership. He has displayed that.
Okay, let me say good evening to everyone and to our listening audience. A lot of things that happen in Liberia, from the legislature to the executive, including the judiciary. And I think the president needs to stand up because he is the commander in chief, so he can take control of everything. Why am I saying this? Look at the executive. In less than 10 months, a lot of things going on. Let's look at the yellow machine issue. We don't know the end. Let's look at the bosses. Where are they? Let's look at the students issue that are going on right now. What's happening? Go to the legislators. See what's happening. They don't have respect for the rule of law. They don't want to honor the rule of law. They want to do their own thing. Look at the judiciary. Listen to Camilla General recently. There are a lot of things going on. I think President Boaka have to stand up to take charge of everything. If that don't happen, if there's no caretaking, I see all going back. The way progressive as going from will be going back war. And that will not be good for the country. So President Boaka is available to say earlier, but he has to stand up. There are a lot of things going on. Police can issue a chicken feet. Police fighting. Look at the transport issue today, especially going on. The transport minister said they said communicating the police on the 4th. I think November 4th. The police said no, they not receive it. What's going on? I think before the inspection take place, it should have meeting to coordinate the process. What's going on? We want to show that they have more power. And the president, they're too silent on this thing. You have to stand up. You have to speak. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Chris. I appreciate you. I think your internet or the gadget you're using something you have to work on because your audio is not too good. But I want us to start the conversation from here, guys. It's been a great opening, getting the show started. 2 things are happening here. This is the first one, and then I'm going to pull up the next one.
I can see.
I know some of you must have seen this particular communication, and I'm just going to read it for the sake of our folks listening across Radio Land. Monrovia, Liberia is dated the 13th of November, 2024. It says the leadership of the House has expressed deep disappointment over the presence of executive officials at the recent meeting held by absentee lawmakers. As a coordinating branch of government, the executive branch must avoid actions that could be perceived as taking sides in a building constitutional in the building constitutional crisis, which is far more consequential than a mere schoolyard dispute. It is essential to act decisively in upholding our constitutional democracy and the rule of law. We continue to urge all colleagues to resolve this crisis by returning to the session and following the grievance procedures as outlined in the House Rule and the Constitution of Liberia. Additionally, we reiterate our appeal to the executive branch to refrain from providing any form of support or encouraging to actions that's encouragement to actions that contravene the Constitution. The font size is very small. Okay, and it says as such action could unilaterally endanger the stability of our democracy. Liberia is our shared heritage and responsibility. Now, this is what came from the House today, and this communication is coming out just a day after the executive, three officials of the executive appeared before the majority black. Though the release is referring to those folks as absentee lawmakers, but a lot of Liberians know them to be the majority and the minority blacks. I want to read something just quickly, just before we start the conversation around this. Let me read what came out today. What came out as well from the folks on the other side. I thought that this is very important to add on to this particular conversation. Okay. Okay. So this is it, and it reads. This was released before this particular statement coming from the House. This was on the 12th. That was on a Tuesday. It says the House of Representatives has constituted a specialized committee to investigate Speaker J. Fonati Kofa on several counts of accusations, including corruption and violation of the rules of the House of Representatives, among others. The House took the decision on Tuesday, November 12, 2024, during its 8th-day sitting of the 55th legislature. The Tuesday session witnessed okay. Let me forget about this part. Let's go to the committee. It says the establishment of the specialized committee to investigate Speaker J. Fonati Kofa is the beginning of due process to allow the speaker to be heard and exonerate himself from the 6 counts his colleagues were accusing him of. So who are those? Those named on the committee are Representative Michael Thomas, chairman. He's the chairman of this committee. Representative Marie Johnson, co-chair. Representative Ernest Mensah, member. Representative Austin Taylor, member. Representative Mana Bishop Johnson, member. Representative Sam P. Jala, member. And Representative Clarence Banks, member. Now, one communication after another communication. The folks, immediately after that session, after the 3 officials of the executive appear, they set up a committee. According to them, this committee is the beginning of the due process that the speaker is calling for. Remember, when the speaker went to the court, to the judiciary, his point has been that his colleagues are not giving him due process. They're trying to they're trying to overthrow him. And this is anti-democratic. He has been calling for due process. He said they need to go in the chambers, sit under his gavel, raise the concern, and let the process start from there. Her colleagues on the other end are saying, no, you will manipulate the process, and we're not going to subject ourselves to that. We have no confidence in your leadership, and we're going to remain in the joint chambers. So they set up a committee comprising 7 men to investigate the speaker. I mean, where exactly do we sit here on this one? Is this committee going to achieve its objective? Does this committee have what it takes? Does it have the credibility? Does it have, that weight? Does the speaker in the first place even have confidence in this particular committee? Can the speaker, for any reason, at any point in time, work with this committee? Can he subject himself, answer questions, provide documents, since in fact this is a committee that has been set up to investigate? On the flip side, the speaker is warning, or the House is warning the executive to stay out. They're saying that the appearance of those 3 officials of government undermines democracy. I want us to start the conversation from here. And let's start with you, Francis. We're going to go around the table on this. Our 2 brothers, Chris and Anthony, are the ANC guys on the show, and that's okay. We can have a great show.
You're going to pin her as ANC guy?
No, guys, man. Come on.
Okay, all right. But you see it right there. Anthony, you see ANC on my
when Chris and I spoke off the record, I should bring it on record now. Chris said he supports Mr. Cummings. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
No problem.
So that's why I position you and your brother right down there, and let's start the conversation from there. But it's good to have you here, and let's hear from you, your take on this issue, Francis.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, this whole thing is going on too long. The Liberian people are serving something that's supposed to happen a long time ago. But you see, it's like these people are Houdini. Yeah, about the magician Houdini. What we doing on the other side and forget about so you might forget about what's going on the other side. These very same people, all of them, they think they voted for some of them voted for Franco to be speaker, and some of the counts that they accuse him of, it existed before he became speaker. They knew about it, and there's 7 million or whatever they're talking about. That happened. What I think it came out in 2023 when he said his office staff found out something about his budget went up, and he said they were running things through his line. So a lot of these things, Speaker Kofa was on Spoon, I believe, last month, and he talked about these things. He even accused most of the lawmakers. So a lot of allegations are out there. They just need to complete an audit like they were supposed to, and whoever found guilty be held accountable. But this whole rigmarole that is dragging the Liberian people through, and of course, they are going to get their fat salaries for it. And all of that benefits will not miss any of it. But in Liberian people today, they don't have food to eat. They don't have school to go to. Thousands of dollars being wasted on these people not doing any work.
But Francis, where do you stand? Let's start with the committee set up by the majority bloc to investigate the speaker. Is this committee going to achieve its objective?
But you see, they should have done that. Even you can look 2 ways. Before most of the time, before investigation go on, the speaker have to pretty much put his support behind it. So you can see sometimes where they will be skeptical, saying, "Oh, how are we going to be able to investigate the accused when he's over?" Everybody, right? So I can understand where they are coming from, but still, there are ways you can go about things. You have your own rules, and the Constitution says to remove somebody, you should have 2/3, or in this case, 49 vote. You don't have that, but we also know too there's politics playing here, right? So I'm not supposed to say, because I try to listen to what most of the time that speaker for the family is always on Spoon Talk, talking about they have quorum, and the other guys don't. But then you come to where the speaker still exists. So who are you even though the speaker doesn't have quorum, right, to conduct business, but the fact that it still exists, why are people going to the 43 group to sit any investigation or any inquiry that they want to make when the speaker still exists, even though he doesn't have the number to have quorum as they call it? So this whole thing is just a mess. It's just a mess. They went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court sent them back to handle their business. The 43 say they won for the Supreme Court. 40 Black said they won for the Supreme Court. So the Liberian people, we are just confused about what's going on here.
Yeah, but again, Francis, I want to come back with this question. Do you think the speaker is going to work with this committee that has been set up, 7-man committee? Do you believe in this due process that the majority Black is now wanting to give to the speaker?
I mean, the speaker is the lawyer, and he has a very good lawyer team of lawyers working with him. They will look into it and see if it's good or not, if it will be impartial or not. But it's up to them. I don't know what's going on over there. It just pisses me off to see that the Liberian people work is not getting done, but these people are still going to get paid. Because
Thank you.
President Parker will want the budget to pass. So even if they all come back together, he's not going to say you're not getting paid for October because he knows his budget will still inside. So, my man, the whole thing, like I said, they need to dissolve that whole group of people and cover re-election. Let different group of rogues come in there.
I want us to take Anthony, then we're going to go to Mobile and then go to Crate. Anthony, your take on this issue. Let's start with the committee that's been set up by the majority Black to investigate the speaker. What do you think? What do you make of that action? They say this is going to be the start of the due process that's supposed to be given to the speaker. Is he going to work with the committee? Is the committee going to achieve its objective in the first place?
No, this committee is illegal. I want to be on record. The highest decision-making body of the legislature is plenary. How do you get plenary? You must first have quorum. And on that quorum, the presiding officer, who is the Speaker of the House, once he presides, it becomes plenary. Why? Why the Speaker? Article 49 say you must elect your Speaker every 6 years, and he shall be the presiding officer. The Speaker is in the country. He goes to work. He's present. And they decided because they think they have a resolution or they have a reservation, they don't want the speaker granted, it's their choice. Their rules give them the ability to remove the speaker, to elect their own speaker granted, but it also gives a condition. And that condition, you must have two-thirds majority. The Constitution also spoke about two-thirds majority. Now, see, anything that is not done right is not done at all. Anything that is not in conformity of the law is not void.
No, but if this committee is illegal, like
it is illegal because they don't have plenary. They
okay,
have a meeting. That's not plenary.
Yeah, considering what you just said,
per Constitution.
Yeah, considering because I don't want to go by your argument per Constitution or whatever, because it depends on where one sits. Everyone reads the Constitution. Everyone will read the Constitution, but they have a different interpretation of the Constitution beyond the black and white. You know, so but let's take what you just said. Take into consideration.
So let's take Article 33 that the majority black is running with.
I haven't learned it yet. All right.
Go ahead.
So considering what you just said, that the committee is illegal.
It is illegal.
But then the very committee is being set up to give the speaker a due process.
Nope.
Is this a good start for the reconciliatory conversation that a lot of people have been calling for at the level of the House of Representatives. In the midst of the tension, in the midst of everything that's been happening for some weeks now, can we say that this is a good start? This is somewhere very positive to get started from, since in fact there has been this issue. Speaker is calling for due process. The other folks say, okay, we're not going to subject ourselves to you. But the fact that they've set up a committee, is it somewhere positive to start from?
No, nothing. Like I said this.
Mhm.
No one is above the law. Not even the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Nyumabwaka, is above the law. So they don't want to go where the speaker is. The speaker volunteered to say, okay, where you are, I'll come there, but I'll have to preside. They say, no, the speaker cannot preside over there. You do not have the 49. You don't want to come to section. You don't want to join with anybody, but you are filibustering, a political term, meaning you disturbing things. You don't want nothing function. You're holding on to things. So that the filibuster you're using. By doing so, in their mind, it will put pressure on the speaker to resign. This speaker has said he's not going to resign. So are you going to bring AFL to remove the speaker? Are you going to neglect the Liberian people just because of your own personal? Because this thing is not about the Liberian people any longer. It's about those lawmakers' own personal gain. The speaker is willing to leave his area and go to them what they can meet. They say the speaker will not preside. The Constitution gave the speaker the power to preside.
Let's transition a bit. Let's take a look at the second issue here, the communication from the House today, talking about the interference of the executive branch of government, sending a caveat to the executive branch to stay out of what's going on at the level of the House of Representatives. What do you make of that? They're citing the whole issue about the appearance of 3 officials of the executive branch of government at the House of Representatives. Where do you think the thing is headed?
So, Nelson, when we're talking, the other people can say, oh, there are 3 separate branches of government. Granted. Thank God. The time I went to school, civics was taught in school. You understand? So thank God for that. And then they'll bring it back into the curriculum. The president playing politics. The budget is already drafted, ready to go. They are playing politics, refusing to submit the budget, and they are asking for the extension to the chief clerk. Not the Speaker of the House, but the chief clerk. When the Speaker is still present, undermining the leadership and the Constitution of Liberia. You must elect your Speaker, and the Speaker shall be the presiding officer. That the Speaker can appoint committee member. Without the Speaker, you can't get on committee. That the Speaker can give the power to the Deputy Speaker to preside. If the Speaker does not give that power to the Deputy Speaker cannot just preside when the Speaker is sitting. The third option is when the Speaker is not available, when the Deputy Speaker is not available, then they do something called elect a Speaker pro tem. Just so things can be done. But that is one caveat, one qualifier, and that qualifier is if the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker are not there. Then the third qualifier gives them the ability to elect a Speaker pro tem. But where you have the Speaker, an elected Speaker who are yet to be removed from office, you can't say, oh, I will consult my legal team to see which way I go. You work in government for 4 decades. You don't know who is the Speaker today. It's just like Nyumabwaka telling the Liberian people he doesn't know who is the Speaker of the Republic of Liberia today. If Liberia should go to war today, the signature of that person who will be on that declaration of war is the Speaker and the President, not no majority black. If Joseph Nyumabwaka is to give the nation of address today, you will not say, Mr. Majority Black. You say, Mr. Speaker. Folks, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. If
You know,
Joseph Nyumabwaka want to play
and
politics,
again,
he can go ahead and play politics. But the Constitution remains.
maybe you want to go around this question.
How about going around the country? Bring it back again. If you don't
know,
have
but again, I want to bring you back.
Mhm.
I want to bring you back. The communication from the House.
Yes.
The caveat to the executive branch of government.
Yes.
Is it timely?
It's well timely. The executive branch has picked a side. The executive branch has emboldened the majority bloc. And it made the majority bloc feel as though they are legitimate. The Constitution is not on the side of the majority bloc because the constitutional requirement in order to place your resolution on the floor, you must have 49 votes.
Thank you.
And once you have the 49 vote, you don't just remove the speaker. You must debate. You must present your argument. The speaker now will become a defendant.
Thank you.
Not the speaker anymore. He
I
will
want to hold you there and move
become
to
a defendant. There's a
let me
rules and ethics committee within the judiciary committee. There's a rule and ethics committee that deal with circumstances that they already have that committee set up. The rule and ethics committee is the rule and ethics committee that's supposed to investigate this matter. Not some quasi committee where they have to find out.
Anthony, let me hold you there a bit and move to Moba. Moba, let's hear your take on this issue.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Look, I think we have talked a lot about the identical issue. I think Nelson.
But the communication.
The entire committee, right?
Before going to the
the entire Nelson, the entire committee. Look, I will not get into credence because number one, first of all, who presiding over the committee? Number one. There will be an independent body that will probably interfere or probably preside over the identical investigation or only the majority. We got to call the majority. You understand? So Nelson, look, we come here every day, we talk about it. One committee, there's a law has been violated long since, and they keep violating the law. They keep violating the law. We all come here, we understand. This look, Nelson Elioma, one of my brother Francis said that would dissolve the entire legislatures. That would dissolve them. And the only way that brother prosper. When you take all the amount of money you can spend on those people, when you're only spending it on citizen Nelson, I tell you for sure, that Bureau will be one of the best in the world. Or let's just say Africa. Because that amount of money you spend on them and they go to somebody, the other person on the other side, when you talk to them, they say, oh, the man embezzle, the man do they want, the man do that one. Y'all bring evidence. But I think it's getting in the way that Nelson, I think the both parties, I think that's how it would be. People will just go and do what they want to do. People come and say what they want to say. Committee. In case, okay, now we're discussing the committee right now. In case now they go to the committee, right? We are independent body. And they just go, they bring the funding, they say, okay, we find the speaker guilty. So the speaker should be impeached. Let do the one. Let the speaker move without probably inviting independent body, right? And they just do what they want to do. At the end of the day, it go on their side. So I think that's the whole issue of the speaker, the legislature saga and things are going on. That's it. It's just a delay and a setback and a curse to the Liberian people. Because the Liberian people elect them to do the work. They're not elect them to be behind one person for almost how many months now? Going to almost 4 months. They're behind one person here. They want men behind to remove him, but they won't go through the process.
So you think the committee? Is illegal? You think the speaker is not going to work with the committee? But how about the aspect that has to do with reconciliation?
No, we all want
starting from there. Now, the majority bloc is saying that the speaker have always called for due process, and this is where we think we can start this whole due process thing from. Let's set up a committee. Let the committee investigate the speaker. Let the speaker answer some questions. Let's see if we can get some documents to prove that what we have in our accounts are indeed the doings of the speaker.
Yeah, due process. We agree.
Or let's have a situation where maybe the speaker can be able to exonerate himself. But if he can't exonerate himself, then it means that he did those things. Then what's continuing our account?
Nothing.
It's going to
agree with the due process. Our question now, where the due process will be heard? How many people, who are the independent body, who are those people who will be heading the entire body?
His colleagues.
So the whole thing, we want due process.
Okay, now Mobile had a call. You know, I don't know. I think that somebody from
no, see, if I made like 10 seconds, please.
No, I don't want to give you 10 seconds.
Okay, no problem.
We have to get Chris to speak. We have to get Chris to speak, and then we're gonna come back. Yeah, but Chris, let's hear.
You post in the comment section. They won't scream at
you. Thank you, Nelson. Thank you to Antonin and Francis. There are a few things that we have to take into consideration.
Mhm.
One, the executive is playing double game. President Barker is you need to be careful with your government because the internal affairs minister, both from the same country appearing before the majority black, that shows that the
I
executive are
receive a
taking a
call,
side.
and then that call coming in, what can happen?
Yeah, so that shows that the executive have taken their side. Alone, minister and director can appear before the majority black. It's clear that the executive are taking their side. One. Two, that comes to, let's look at the investigation. There are many steps. One, those guys have to return back the session. Return the session, present your plan before the primary. When accepted, then the speaker can, recruit himself from there. The committee can be set up. But in the absence of that, I don't think the committee that was set up today it will be honored by the speaker. It's a sideways, it's a 419 committee. It will not work. The next thing is, let's look at the whole process of nursing. The accuser have become the investigator. You're accusing the person. In a C individual, no, accusing the person, now I become an investigator. You think there'll be justice? No. There'll be no justice. So how you encourage them to return back to session, go to session, raise your issue before primary, you vote upon it, now then the speaker can recruit himself while the General Assembly or the parliamentary procedure can go on, set a committee up to investigate the speaker. But in the absence of that, I don't think the speaker will submit himself to this committee. It's not possible. It's not going to work. The next thing is the letter from let's say the minority black to the one the executive. President Walker have to be careful. I don't know the security advisor, religious advisor, whosoever around President Walker. I don't know what kind of pieces of advice giving him. You have to be careful. Number one. Number two, that's not the budget issue. You writing the check clear. Not the speaker. That was David spec. That was David spec the speaker office. He said a speaker. He haven't been removed. Why can't we write the check clear? Why can't we write the speaker in front of the speaker? We just submit the budget to the speaker. So that shows that President Walker is supporting the majority black to remove Fanati. If you're going to remove Fanati, give the due process. The constitution says get to 10, which is 49. Go to, you still get influence, you president, man, you president, you still get influence. We tell the people about the session, while Liberian people were going and start lobbying to get a ballot numbers to remove the man. But you can't be going the country at the stage it is now. Nothing going on. Budget not passed here from authority should be the time for submission of the budget. And now we are around the 14. Nothing has been done. I think President Walker and the majority of black need to restudy job, retain the session, do like people well because that's what I would suggest. Just go more, one more now. Those guys, they're not doing like people well. They should not take pay. They should not be paid. The allowances should be cut. But now one more, maybe they're going to the bank already. If you're receiving the October pay, they'll soon receive November pay. What are they doing?
Thanks a lot. Let me hold you there a bit. And this is very important. Anthony, you wanted
But Nelson, do my I
Yeah,
so
Nelson.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go to the market where they keep using due process. Due process does not start until they have 49 members. Then their resolution will be placed on the floor, voted for execution. Then the speaker will recuse himself. The speaker now no longer speaker at that present moment. He becomes a defendant in the case. The speaker will have time to explain and answer questions. There will be cross-section of questioning, line of questioning going on. The speaker will have to address every line item that they have. The 6 count, The speaker have to address each one of them. After all that deliberation, then they will go and vote. When they vote and they obtain the 49%, that very day,
Thank you.
the
Thank
speaker
you.
is not speaker. So
I
due
want to
process does not start until they have 49.
let's go back to
As
Moba
per the constitution.
to have him conclude on this one. Moba, you take let's hear you conclude. Just take
Yeah.
1 minute because we
I
have
was going to lesson now. Look, Nelson, I think if the majority black want to make this thing very common and easy for the Liberian people, I think what they need to do, let them forget about the B show, the B hard, the show off, the showmanship, all the stuff, and let them go in the chamber. I mean, to that chamber, right, where they can always preside, right? All of them, the 73 lawmakers. Let it sit there, and then let it tell the speaker, say, you know what, we want to carry our investigation, but we want you to preside over our investigation. So what we do, you can exonerate yourself. We can bring independent person to do our, or in among us, we can bring somebody to start the investigation, and so we can start the process. I think that would be prudent to the Liberian people, and it would be justifiable that we would come back and praise them for doing that. But for them to sit down in our late place there with one chair heading up, and they're talking, it don't make no sense. End of the day, we respect them. We look up to. I mean, we look up to them as a lawmaker. But that's it. Thank you, Nelson.
well, thanks a lot, Moba, and this is very important. You know, by the end of the day, the process is on, and as we speak, by tomorrow, we're going to see another episode of this particular happening at the grounds of the legislature. Tomorrow, as we speak, the guys are gearing up to get this going on. But I want us to transition a bit. There is a regular inspection that goes on in the country. The inspection happens annually or biannually to get the government to perform her duty. Now, I was speaking with someone, and there are two types of this inspection, but unfortunately, we've been doing just one for a very long time. There is a full inspection that will have to do with the revenue generation aspect, where the person should get a driver's license, how do you call it, insurance. The person should also have driver's license, insurance, and the vehicle registration, and then maybe the fire extinguisher stuff they just added to it. And then you should also, and then they also look at they inspect the vehicle to establish the roadworthiness of the vehicle, the full inspection. But what has been going on in the country over the time has been, a partial inspection from the joint team inspectorate. They would look for your, once you have a driver's license, you have a valid registration document, and you have insurance, you're good to go. While the car moving one side, while the hill are not coming on, while it doesn't have a good brake, whether the brake lights are not coming on, no, they don't care about that. And those are the areas where a lot of lives have been lost. But our inspections over so many years now in this country are only concerned about the revenue generation and stuff like that. But that's the other side of the conversation. But the inspection, Ministry of Transport, the last inspection they did, generated pretty close to a little over 3 million in just about one month, or a little over a month. So the transport minister was very energetic, and this time around he wanted to come back with the same energy, that same vigor, to ensure that they can get the Ministry of Transport to generate more. But this time around is different. There is this disagreement or information between the Ministry of Transport and the police is not being coordinated well. Ministry of Transport said they're doing inspection, and the police said they don't know about it. The police is not involved with the inspection. Now, in the midst of what's going on, the very inspection is weak. And so it brings everyone to a point where the concern now is whether the inspection is going to be as successful as we saw the previous inspections across the country. Whether there's something we need to do differently. There was a hearing some time ago at the Liberian Senate. And at that hearing, you had the transport minister, you had the justice minister, you had the police represented by the IG, and you had this company is a foreign company that's responsible for the printing of the plates in the country. You know, all those vehicle plates you see, the document and everything. So that company was concerned and even took up the issue with the government on grounds that they were given a contract to produce the plates and everything, but their contract is being tampered with. And in fact, they were in court and there's a halt to the whole thing and stuff like that. Transport Ministry says, at that hearing, I'm just trying to give a background and want to move with the conversation. Transport Minister said, in fact, it was the Solicitor General, or the Justice Minister, that, you know, kind of got rid of the entire thing. You know, the Justice Minister was responsible for what's happening. And you could see at some point that there was a kind of fight between the Justice Minister and the Transport Minister with respect to how this entire vehicle plating went. To a point where the two entities, the Justice Minister and the Transport Minister, kept fighting until the senators had to cut the entire hearing off on grounds that those two entities, Ministry of Justice and the Ministry of Transport, they needed to understand themselves well before going for that hearing. The hearing was cut off. As to whether this was extending to the inspection now that is about to go on, that's the million-dollar question. But the fact on ground remains that the Ministry of Transport and the police are not having that coordination when it comes to the enforcement of the inspection. The reason why this is important is because this inspection, number one, is expected to generate revenue for the government. And then number two, to ensure that there's compliance in the traffic. And the only way this can be achieved is when the police is involved. I want us to start a conversation from here. With the absence of the police from everything that's going on now, with the way the Ministry of Transport is proceeding with this, the importance of the entire process. I mean, let's start a conversation from here. Maybe we can start with you, Anthony, and then we're going to go around the table.
Nelson, for the person who values safety, I'm an OSHA tele license carrier, OSHA, in this country. I can tell you for a fact, in Liberia, safety has been compromised. Safety, public safety, has been compromised. At the Ministry of Transportation, there is a division called the Division of Motor Vehicle and Licenses.
Mm-hmm.
That division is solely responsible for registration, vehicle registration, inspection, and driver licensing and all of that different thing. That's their whole focus. All right. That ministry is being violated because our lawmaker went to work and made a law that it can drive on an oncoming traffic, quote unquote, third lane in Liberia. They drive on the opposite side of the road. Lawmakers that's supposed to be law-abiding citizens. There's an act, I think 2011, of the Division of Motor Vehicle that clearly talks about the protocol of motor vehicle, how to drive, the right of way, and all of the different things. It is there, and they went and made a law that violates that. How can you now come and say you want to enforce traffic rules that people should have license, they should have insurance, they should have, registration, but yet the lawmakers are driving on the opposite side of the street? Now, see, we gotta be serious in our country. We got to be serious. I know the government is trying to generate funds, granted, but you can't have it both ways. The police and the Ministry of Transportation need to work hand in hand, because all of the rules and regulations from the Ministry of Transportation, under the Division of Motor Vehicle, that the police will enforce the law. If you inspect a vehicle, you're not inspecting the vehicle because they may have a registration. You're inspecting the vehicle if it's worthy to plow the streets. Is it safe to be in the street? Other people life involved, especially transportation vehicle, the keke, the pempe, the motorbike, the inspections, they should be not just to see registration, but to also see if it is roadworthy. Because somebody can get in a car and be driving and the engine fall off, or just the axle break, the car get go different direction and hit somebody. I mean, these things, the engine will not fall off, man, but I'm just saying the car can get breakdown in the middle of the road. The car jump off the car. We have seen things like that. This kind of thing. Vehicle had no brakes. How can you put an inspection sticker on the car? Are you that corrupt that you're going to put a sticker on the car that the car was inspected, but then the tail light out, or the car has no brakes, or the car, losing a lot of carbon outside, the exhaust is leaking too much smoke, but it has an inspection sticker from the Ministry of Transportation on the Division of Motor Vehicle. So we got to be serious. You cannot compromise public safety like that. You got to be very serious when it comes to public safety. Each motorist is responsible to conduct his or herself accordingly in the traffic. Most of the accidents that happen in Liberia, they are avoidable. They can be controlled. Unnecessary, excessive speed. Nobody follow rules and regulations. No stop sign at major intersection. Nothing. But you're inspecting cars, but you don't have stop signs. I rest my case, my brother.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Let's hear you more back on this, and then
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Look, I think for the registration and insurance and other stuff, but Nelson, look, the exercise right now, the Ministry of Transport carrying on, Nelson. I think, according to them, they said they sent communication to the police, right? The RG, but they not receive it. And again, like if you look at it from all indication, the motor vehicle, if you look, Nancy, let me just power it up, man, because I'm just confused on that, because look, Nancy, I got so many yeah.
But it's very important. It's very important.
Make me the last. Make me the last.
Because it's very important, because
make me the last, because I just
there are two entities. There are two entities we're talking about here: the Transport Ministry and the police. And you're right, Moba. The Transport Ministry, they say communication, and the police, says no, they didn't receive the communication. But the thing here is, what is going on between the two entities?
Okay,
I mean, even coming back to the whole inspection thing.
But let's see, have
the inspections in any way contributed to the well-being of the citizens beyond just the revenue generation? Have the inspection contributed to the safety of the vulnerable Liberians who plow the streets every single day?
And
just a few weeks ago, just before you come in, Moba, there was a tragic accident that took away so many lives. because of an abandoned vehicle, no light, no signal, no traffic cone, no traffic triangle, nothing. Of sort in the middle of the road. Already, our streets are not light up. The vehicle, that bus ran straight into it and killed took away so many lives. Let me put it that way. Even as we speak, there are lives being lost. And we're about to talk about another inspection, but it's all about how much the government can generate.
But look, Nelson, let me come in, right? Yeah, I think I'm on track now. Look, Nelson,
Yeah, I know why your Patrick key connected to this.
yeah.
You know,
Look, Nelson, right?
You gotta send it.
I remember like 2020, I think 2021 or 2022 or in Liberia or camera inspection on, right? Nelson, right? All the car that people park. That's the time I get to know that, Liberia, as long as you get money, you big person, even your car good, your car not good, you will go. Nelson, the exercise.
So
But what about that one?
You hear me now?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So you will get to know that nursing. The exercise from the beginning it was good because I was using that since Somalia drive to park all the car to LPRC in LPRC registration, insurance, blah blah blah. But nursing, guess what? From 9 to 12, all the car they park there, all the car left. They give money, they do they want, they do that one. So what we're trying to say here is that, and what you said, nursing, that's the right thing. The driver, majority of the driver them right now, right? They're not getting nothing. They get in what I car breakdown for reflection, so that any car coming from the back or motorbike or car or somebody coming to not go into that. So I think the entire exercise nursing is just a charade, because and secondly, you can't do an exercise without the police, because the police got to enforce the law. Right, the police got to enforce the law. You'll be there as you'll be there as a traffic or transport or whosoever. But the police got to enforce the law, because you get other people who won't violate. Probably they will see that registration expire. They get some things they need to get in their car for safety. Look at for example, look at the time you see trucks running on the street. Look at the container. Let's go to the container. All the things in the country, and we'll get ministry in the country. What are they doing? And when you look at when you do the statistic, nursing, when you do the statistic, the amount of people who've been killed, right, naturally or from accident, it's more from accident than natural death in Liberia. Kakatan Highway, the Highway. So all the things direct
on that for now.
I'm telling you, nothing. Every 2 or 3 days you get heart accident in Liberia. And the accident you get, nothing. I'm making my research before I talk. That's why I think they give me 10 first. Give me my research.
I remember there was a report. There was a report from the World Bank on accidents and stuff like that across the country, 2016, and it said that 1,659 persons died in the country annually as a result of road accident. The report captured the entire West African region, and as one of the hot zones, one of the rare zones with respect to road accident and traffic deaths. And then Liberia was highlighted as well, and that just speaks to how much of an emergency this whole issue about road safety.
Let me conclude.
So, but take 30 seconds to wrap up.
No problem. So in order to how much we respect the transport ministry to do that work, but I think they need to involve the police in the exercise. They cannot do the job without the police, because at the end of the day, things will work. Like people will still bypass the system. You see people will be carrying cars like this, or someone not even get registration, but at the end of the day, they will browse the system. But I think even when the police present there, and it shows some leadership. But I think that they need to the transport minister, they need to look to that direction and make sure inform the police at least for help.
And you have a point on this, because part of the reason why the inspection for the past 2 days have not really been effective, in fact, nothing much has been happening, is because the transport ministry does not have arresting power. So you come across somebody, the person is non-compliant, you want to arrest the person. What authority do you have to arrest? And those those are areas where these kinds of concerns will start to, come in. But for instance, let's hear your take on this, and then we're going to move to Chris.
Yeah, nothing. First of all, our country, this road safety issue will always be a problem. And you said they quoted in 2016 annually about 1,600 or more vehicle death from vehicle. A population of a little over 5 million people. That's a lot. That's a lot of people dying. And I'm pretty sure they're not even capturing all of them, but we'll just go with that number. But one of the main factors also for these death or accident is our roads, the way they are built. You don't even have shoulders on most of the roads for on streets where cars, right? For example, if the car break down, even other people can help them push the car off the road to the shoulder, right? The reflection lines that separate the lanes, most of them erase. You can't even know who's going to be on. You only know it's going to be on the left side because you're coming from the opposite way. And it's over. That's all. But our roads are not friendly to drivers. And then guardrails. Look at how our people build their businesses, homes. Sometimes car of God forbid can just climb on the sidewalk and straight into somebody's kitchen. Straight into somebody's kitchen. No guardrail for even a person veer off the road, you will hit the guardrail and stop. That will save life. It may kill the people in the car, unfortunately, but pedestrians, they're not protected. You see, so the way our country is built, a lot of these things, our streets that they are still building today is built for the 50s and the 60s. They're not being built for modern society. You cannot have a road without shoulder. These things happen, accidents happen, car breakdown happens, all these things. If you don't have a tow truck to tow your car, they push it to the side of the road and leave it there. But let's talk about the inspection thing they're talking about. Yes, it's supposed to be generating a lot more money for the government. A lot of money. But you know the problem? Somebody went in Maryland. What when you really gotta go to, if they won't get driver's license, where they go? Can they get it in Maryland or they gotta go to Monserrato?
No, the process has been decentralized,
Is it all over the 15 counties that are close by, maybe sections where you can? Okay, but then look at this thing, right? The fact that somebody got to walk and go pay cash to register that car and do other things, it also human being a creature of habit. Mommy, I will go register my car tomorrow. I'll go register my car tomorrow. Other than I can just sit here right now. My driver's license expiring tomorrow. Let me get on the website, on the Ministry of Transportation website real quick, and renew my driver's license. That money right there going into the government covers. Oh, let me renew my vehicle registration right here. Instead of me waking up tomorrow morning, instead of going to sell my market, I go stay in long line at Transport Ministry to register my vehicle. You see, all these things, they don't make things easy for the people. But I want people to be compliant. Like I brought link post in the chat in the comment section. I live in Jersey. Vehicle inspection time. I just go to the motor vehicle area and drive my car through. Based on the age of the car and stuff, they tell you, okay, come back 3 years from now, 4 years from now, or come back next year. If your car is older and stuff, they tell you, you have to come back next year. Even to stuff that they will not deny they will not fill your car for inspection for, but if some issues on it, they will print it out and say, for instance, go and fix these things on your car. These are some of the issues the computer picked up. You see? So all of these things are probably, there's still vehicle accident happening in America, plenty. But imagine if the system in Liberia, the one who are running on here, that small death are going to be happening in the US.
Thank you.
Because imagine driving on 5-6 lane road, right? So that's just the issue. One, they need to digitize everything for people to be able to pay, even outside of Liberia, be able to register their vehicles if they want to, and stuff like that. As opposed to having all these unregistered cars running the street, and even when they hit people, you can't even catch them because why? The car register 1 and 2, the bigger parent again. Nobody know where everybody live other than say behind the hill, that upstairs building, under the yellow building, behind the
Thank you
plum
very
tree.
much, Francis.
That's the only way. So that the parent will get like, bro.
Thank you. Let's hear you, Chris. I see a Sherry wants to join in. Let's hear your take on this issue. So at the moment we are seriously out of time. So I want us to just do 1 minute across the table. So you will go, Chris. Sheriff is coming in. Sheriff, you late, but we're gonna give you 1 minute as well as we go across the around the table with this. Let's hear your take on this issue, Chris.
Okay. Thank you to everyone who have contributed to the discussion. But a few things here I want for local.
You
First,
know,
the public safety.
your camera, you need to adjust your camera so we see your head. Yeah.
You see me now?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing is public safety, right? In Liberia, look at the road from Monrovia to Ganta, from Monrovia to Grand Basso. The highway police, the patrol, are they doing that work? No. They had to sit on the highway, the highway patrol. They had to be on the highway to see what's going on. So everybody just run any speed on that road. At the end of the day, you see a lot of accidents occurring in that place. Number one. Number two, our country lack of system and procedures. Why am I trying to say this? The transport ministry want to show they responsible. The police want to say we can't come in. I live in North Dakota. If they give you that lesson, for example, that lesson plate on your car, if you go for 1 year, if that March 27 will be expired, you immediately they start to go to the motor vehicle area to go renew it. The police can be behind you. But when it expires, when police pick you up on the street, they give you ticket. They will give you ticket and you will go back and renew that stuff again on the street. In Liberia, even police arrest those people. At the end of the day, they'll call them on the side and tell us to talk. Once we're going government cover, you will not go there. Go where? Around Bessie Street. I on phone with somebody today on Bessie Street. The speed that guy on that Tesla guy on hit that truck. And people who were inside got wounded in the process. Where's the police? So at the end of the day, I want for the police and the transport ministry to work together. I don't know because the transport ministry said they sent communication on the 4th to the police, and the police said no. So I don't know if they can have cabinet meeting every Monday to up the issue. I don't know if they've been happy. If that's not the case, I will advise the transport ministry to withdraw back for now for the inspection process, to go back and meet with the transport ministry and the police to restart it, just to come back to do the process. So once again, I don't inform them to cover you to go back, leave the inspection for now, go back, restart it, then come back to the public.
You know, and this is important. Let's take Sherry for 1 minute. The situation I hear now with the whole registration thing and the driver's license, the responsibility being with the transport ministry. There is this debate that, in fact, the police should be carrying on this particular responsibility and not the other way around, not the transport ministry. Where exactly do you stand with that, Sheriff? Especially considering that the transport ministry goes beyond just inspections. There's a whole lot that the Ministry of Transport will have to do. The police is involved with the traffic on a daily basis, engaging with the drivers, more like most of the drivers, especially the traffic division of the police, I mean, where do you guys stand on that? Maybe we can end the show from here. Maybe we can try to end the conversation from here, because to some extent, this thing appears to be a long conversation that has been between the transport ministry and the police. One team is like, no, we are involved with the traffic, we are involved with the people, we are involved with inspection. What there's no specific time for inspection when it comes to the police. Anyway, I mean, let's do 1 minute across the table on this one. Sheriff, Francis, we're gonna come to you next.
Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Can you disconnect the Bluetooth or whatever you're using, your headphone?
I don't know. My computer keeps feeling letting me down. I don't have any Bluetooth, nothing. It's on.
Okay, so then I think you have to restart your computer. Maybe you can log off and restart. I think because your audio.
Let me do my 1 minute, man. I gotta do my report.
Yeah. So So let's take Francis, and we're gonna come to you, Moba. Francis, hi.
Yeah, Nelson. The whole thing about police and transport ministry, it has a problem with the lack of system in the country. Transport ministry is responsible to issue out maybe license, registration, renewals, and things like that. If the police is in the street and you pull a car over and you see that, okay, this person's license expired, the police issue you a citation. And you keep it moving on. Depending on the offense, they can tow your car if your vehicle registration is expired and things like that. They can tow your car, they can impound your car. You go and pay the fee, register your vehicle, and move on. What is doing the talk of war about, travel minister responsible for their travel minister should liaise with police to carry on inspection? Why should our country be looking at 1950 where people can stay in the street every day? That's why they need to digitize their thing. The police come across your car, they see your inspection sticker is not there or it's not valid. They issue citation, they tell you go inspect your car. That citation, you pay the money, go to the transportation ministry and stuff like that. You don't have to be talking to Gregor Kome for anything. Gregor Kome guy, people, they should be trained that they want it in the street. If for instance, break the violent traffic, you put for instance, you have a license, registration, and proof of insurance. If for instance, you provide those things, you issue your citation.
Thank you.
And keep it moving. Why are you making all the noise for?
Thank you. Let's hear your take on this, Moba, quickly.
Look, thank you, Nelson. Look, my brother Francis said it right. I think we live in the 21st century. I think the government need to try to digitize some of this stuff. They should use the internet and do other stuff better, because at the end of the day, if you in advanced country, when the car put you or they only have for your election and they put your stuff in, everything that pop up. They ain't got to tell you, say, where you need, where your partner need, where they want, where you live, and all the one. And it's just systematic in a way that we all can, it can be worldwide. You can use it any part of the world. So I think the government need to come up with that. The transport ministry need to come up with identical when you're because that's that let me say this, right? Sometimes when your insurance in labor or registration about to expire, when the police pull you over, when you give it to them, they only look at it on the paper. So that's Zoom now. I go to World Trade Center and duplicate it and can't give it to you. You will accept it.
No. They have a way of.
There's no system to put it. They get
experience from what I've experienced. Okay, so some years back, my stuff was expired, and then it was my driver's license that was expired, and then I went.
I'm talking about the license. I said the registration. Your driver. I'm talking about the license.
Yeah, but they have a system. They have a way of.
Okay, then that's good, but in conclusion, I think when they try to, we live in the 21st century. They gotta find means by all costs, at least, so some of these things can be used worldwide. When they put people over, they do them when they got to go to major transport to do any transaction. So they got sub branches and things to do that stuff. But again, it was a great show, and I'm running out of time. Thank you so much. I'll be here tomorrow. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks a lot, Moba. And so Sheriff, you want to come in? Let's hear you quickly on
this one. Sorry about that, guys. My computer, I think I need to work on something. So I'm using my phone now. Okay. But anyway, good evening to all of you guys on the panel, and also to the viewers. This is my takes on this, right? I think it's all about corruption. I mean, it's about corruption. Who wants to make more money out there on the field? You know, there shouldn't be anywhere on the street where we have. I mean, when there's something about inspection or anything that has to do with inspection and whatever it is, that the ministry or anyone from there should be involved. There should be only. I'm a truck driver here. Uh, there we can see the DOT people, the Department of Transportation, once in a while when it has to do with inspection. They got special times for inspection, but enforcing laws, enforcing traffic ticket, enforcing the laws when it comes to registrations and all of that. Look, the police do that. They will arrest you. They will write you tickets, and they have. When it comes to commercial vehicle like heavy duties, like trucks and what have you, the Department of Transport then get involved because those are very, very bad. One accident can cause death and what have you, so the police can't do everything. So yes, in America, the transport ministry, let me say, the Department of Transportation can definitely come in there, and they do it yearly when it comes to the general inspection, of course. But on a daily basis, I don't know. But again, I don't have much information about what is going on right now with Liberia. I don't know. Maybe they can do it yearly, or is it once in a while they do it,
No,
or every day?
it's done yearly. It's done
Then
yearly, and sometimes they do it twice a year. But like you said, there is that system here as well where the police will do. I mean, almost every day. In fact, every day is inspection for police.
then there shouldn't be any problem.
Yeah.
As long as the transport ministry is coming to do it yearly, once in a while, because they are professional. Don't get me wrong. Again, I agree with my friends and brothers here when they talk about digitize some of those programs or whatever, so people can get it easy to register their vehicles and what have you. Because you got so many people out there that wants to own a car and they want to register it, and because of lack of system, they can't even register their car. It doesn't mean they don't have money, but they would just get on the street and running around all over the place because, again, you go to transport ministry, you got fake people on the door. Hey, my man, I can help you. I can do this, and they give people fake documents, and the government losing a whole lot of money when it comes to that. I've been owning vehicles in Liberia. I just came back for a couple of months ago, so I can tell you for a fact the government is losing. They have to do systems. System has to be in place. I mean, we all here. We can register our cars, our vehicles online and what have you. So not to bore you guys too much, I came late. I will close on this, but Nelson, thank you. Please don't forget, try to unblock me. You know, the CEO blocked me before during the election. It was really tense. I was from the ANC side and all that kind of stuff. So it's over, man. Let's back on, be back
You
on.
know
Unblock me.
where are ANC brother Anthony? But Princess, I don't know how we got here. Princess, tonight we got 3 ANC guys on set, and
We are 1% from 7 to 1.
And then the minute that block on my man, I don't know what happened.
I think it's been a great show, and yes, guys, I think due to time factor, we want to end here tonight. We're looking forward to an amazing show tomorrow. We're gonna have some guests on. We're looking forward to having a time where we can bring all 2 guests on. If not, we'll have one of them on tomorrow. But it's been a great show. Thank you for being here, Francis. BBJ gave you some time off today, so you're here. Thanks to Anthony. I see
Right now, man, begin with Slee, man, give it my hot time.
So we want to appreciate everyone, man. It's been a great show, and we look forward to being here again tomorrow. Until
Thank
then,
you, Nancy.
have a good night, guys. Bye bye for now.
Thank you.
Yeah.